Justine. Thanks very much, Jeremy. Have a good show tonight on the election thing. Wear some good shoes. Yeah. It's Tuesday, 8th of November 2016, live till 5. It's The Big Show.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
When you love someone, it's natural, not demanding. And that's one thing I'm proud to say I found in you. I'm so glad we reached an understanding. Now I know my heart is safe with you. Ooh. So now my love to you, baby, I surrender. Get ready tonight. Gonna make this a night to remember. Get ready, oh baby, tonight. Gonna make this a night to remember.
Celebrations in the heart 'cause we're united. There's nothing in this world to come between me and you. We're together and it keeps me so excited to think of what the power of love can do. And I'm filled with a love that's so tender.
Get ready,
Baby,
tonight.
girl, I'm gonna
Make this a night to remember. Get ready tonight.
I'm gonna
Make this a night to remember. Make this a night to remember. Tonight. Gonna make this a night to remember. Get ready tonight. Gonna make this a night to remember. This night you won't forget. Gonna make this a night to remember. 'Cause your love I won't regret. Gonna make this a night to remember. Let's make a toast to
Yeah, we were just discussing with Jeremy Vine what he should be wearing on the election programme tonight, and we did say maybe some skinny jeans and some pointy shoes.
dedication. I'll show you all that love and life.
You don't want too many clothes when you're in front of that map, that big map of America. You don't want too many clothes just kind of, whooshing around, do you? Tuesday afternoon, big show on the air. So, hands up if your pipes got frozen. Oh yeah, very cold last night, your pipes get frozen. Nasty. Hands up if you know how they change the bulbs at the top of tower block aerials. Can you tell me? That's got you going, isn't it? That's got you going now, yeah. Hands up if you don't care about the US elections. Hands up. Thank you.
She came from Greece, she had a thirst for knowledge. She studied sculpture at St. Martin's College. That's where I caught her eye. She told me that her dad was loaded. I said, in that case I'll have room with Coca-Cola. She said, fine. And then in 30 seconds time, she said, I wanna live like common people. I wanna do whatever common people do. Wanna sleep with common people. I wanna sleep with common people. it. I don't know why, but I had to start it somewhere. So it started there. I said, pretend you got no money. And she just laughed and said, oh, you're so funny. I said, yeah. I can't see anyone else smiling. Are you sure? You wanna live like common people. You wanna see whatever common people see. Wanna sleep with common people. You wanna sleep with common people like me. But she didn't understand. And she just smiled and held my hand. I went to the flagship barber shop. I cut your hair and get a job. I smoke some facts and play some pool. Pretend you never went to school. Still you'll never get it right. It's when you're laid in bed at night, watching roaches climb the wall. If you called your dad, he could stop it. Oh yeah. You'll never live like common people. You'll never do whatever common people do. Never fail like common people. You'll never watch your lives slide out of view. And then dance and drink and screw. Because there's nothing else to do. Ow. Sing along with the common people. Sing along and it might just get you through. Laugh along with the common people. Walk along in a very laughing at you. And the stupid things that you do. Because you think that all is
Just for that song alone, give that man, Jarvis,
common people like you.
a free coffee.
Common people like you. Wanna live with common people like you. Wanna live with common people like you. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Well, you can email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, please. You can text 88291 and you can tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Love to hear from you as ever. Rain moving in from the west over Northern Ireland, Wales and the west of England. Turning to snow on higher ground in the north. A bright and clear afternoon for much of the rest, though, of the UK. It's a high of 10, unbelievable, in Penzance. 10, it's good. Tonight, a wet night in many places and feeling chilly again. Then tomorrow, that'll be Wednesday, cloudy with showers and rain and strong winds around the coast. Lights on tonight, sunset tonight in Edinburgh, 4:17. In Cardiff, 4:33. In Belfast, 4:33. And in London, 4:21. You know what I say, just keep on keeping on.
I don't want to wait anymore. I'm tired of looking for answers. Take me someplace where there's music and there's laughter.
Supposed to be Alan Bennett.
I don't know if I'm scared of dying, but I'm scared of living too fast, too slow. Regret, remorse, hold on. No, I've gotta go. There's no starting over, no new beginnings. Time raises on. Just gotta keep on keeping on. Gotta keep on going, looking straight out on the road. Can't worry about what's behind you, what's coming for you further up the road. Try not to hold on to what is gone.
Tuesday, 8th of November 2016. I just keep on keeping on with First Aid Kit, my silver lining.
I'm Mika. This is The Art of Song.
Playing many of the greatest songs and sharing the stories behind them.
And also some of the songs that have shaped rock and pop history over the past few decades. They were originally Caesar and Cleo, but then they went back to their real names, Sonny and Cher. They got this song, which Sonny wrote. It was rejected, so he went himself and he pitched it to different radio stations, managed to get it on radio, and it became a huge hit.
He'll also be playing special live tracks at the Elton John piano. Mika, The Art of Song. Tonight from 10 on BBC Radio 2.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon from The Big Show. You can email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. You can text 88291. Tell us what you're up to and what you're doing. Say hello to somebody, a shout out, big somebody up. Tweet us at BBC Radio 2. 2:17 now.
Of my sweet shattered dream, I wonder how the old folks are tonight. Her name was Anne, and I'll be damned if I recall her face. She left me not knowing what to do. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, you've seen better days. The morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Turning back the pages to the times I love best, I wonder if she'll ever do the same. Now the thing that I call living is just being satisfied with knowing I got no one left to blame. Carefree highway, I got to see you, my old flame. Carefree highway, you've seen better days. The morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Searching through the fragments of my dream-shattered sleep, I wonder if the years have closed her mind. I guess it must be wanderlust or trying to get free from the good old faithful feeling we once knew. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, you've seen the better days, the morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, I got to see you, my old flame. Carefree highway, you've seen better days, the morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you.
So we'll be talking to Charlie Wolf later, American talk show host and political commentator, talking us through the US presidential election. And we can make the candidates sound better than they are with this emotional music.
There is a clear choice in this election. A choice between division or unity. Between an economy that works for everyone or only those at the top. Between strong, steady leadership or a loose cannon who could put everything at risk.
You have one magnificent chance to beat this corrupt system and deliver justice for every forgotten man, for every forgotten woman, and for every forgotten child in this nation. Do not let this opportunity slip away.
You can do that with music.
So far this year, BBC Radio 2 in concert has brought you
Van Morrison, the one and only Gregory Porter. It is Aha.
I'm Jo Wiley, and for our next in concert, I present Simple Minds live.
I love and kick it.
The band will be performing a very special acoustic set in London's Hackney Empire. This is their only UK show of 2016, and you can watch it all.
BBC Radio 2 in concert with Simple Minds.
Thursday night from 8. Watch live by pressing the red button from any BBC TV channel.
The Oldies will be chosen by David Wilson from Jersey today. We've got Matt the Sports Guy later, Bobby Pryor, of course, Janie Lee Grace, Tim Smith, Charlie Wolf, as I say, American talk show host, talking us through the election, which is, of course, today. Raymond Blanc, Michelin-starred chef with the new book of seasonal recipes, and Brian Wilson, Beach Boy, talking about his amazing life.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Great banter. 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
You ask me where to begin. Am I so lost in my sin? You ask me where did I fall? I'll say I can't tell you when. But if my spirit is lost, how will I find what is near?
find my way home with the sat-nav. Hey, Stephen team, can you please say a hip hip hooray to our beautiful daughter Lucy Walton, who's just landed herself a fantastic acting role over the Christmas period, and we're so proud of her, and we're just chilling, listening to the show this afternoon. Lots of love. Janet and Dave Walton from Pontland, Newcastle upon Tyne. And on the election show tonight, Jeremy Vine should wear red trousers, says Adrian.
Red trousers.
See the girl with the diamonds in her shoes. She walks around like she's got nothing to lose. You see the go-getter, she's everybody's type. She's a queen of the city, but she don't believe the hype. She's got her own elevation, holy motivation. So I wrote some letters on big goals. I got faith in you, baby. I got faith in you now. And you've been such a good friend to me. Oh, that I love you so much. I'm begging you, hallelujah. I got faith.
See the boy with the Stevie Wonder swag. Ain't got a clue on the magic that he had. He's a go-getter. He's everybody's type. Making my mission, make her feel alright. He's a 12 on a 10 point, rocking out to his joint. Just say the word 'cause I can sing all night.
I got faith in you, baby. I got faith in you now. And you've been such a good friend to me. Know that I love you so much. I beg you, hallelujah. I got faith, yeah. Yes, I do. I get around you in my mind, goes crazy. I think about you morning, noon, night and day. I get around you in my mind, goes crazy. I think about you morning, noon, night. I got faith in you, honey. I got faith in you, girl. I got faith in you, honey. I got faith in you, girl. I'm at you, hallelujah. I got faith in you, baby. Baby, I got faith in you now. And you've been such a good friend to me. Know that I love you so much. I'm at you, hallelujah.
Well, that is Stevie Wonder and Ariana Grande and Faith.
In you, baby. Baby, I got faith in you now. And you've been such a good friend to me. Know that I love you so much.
I have my people trying to get on Stevie and Ariana on the show. We'll let you know how we get on. Radio 2, it's 2:30.
What page and empty field of snow. My room is 25 below. This cold pen chasing ghosts. Road lights underneath the buried post. Dogs search the underforest. We sky the empty streets. The factory main
Isn't that a bit similar to one of his old songs? I think so. That Sting, I Can't Stop Thinking About You. Hey, Stephen team, can you give a shout out to my dad Phil and my mum Chris and thank them for a marvellous holiday, and I love them dearly. All my love from Bobbikins, that's Kaz. Thank you. This is a tweet. It says, Steve, just filled my log basket for my stove so I don't have to go out in the snow this evening to restock from the shed. Well, very good. I've got mine to send you some broth. I'd like to bring on Janie Lee Grace and Tim Smith. We're going to have a look at some factoids. Here's Janie.
Roman General Julius Caesar, Tim, was so conscious of his baldness that he wore a laurel wreath to disguise it.
I might try that myself, although I do have a Julius Caesar haircut, of course.
What you got?
You know that election going on tonight?
Yeah.
Would you like some presidential factoids?
I don't mind them if you've got some.
The first president to shake hands in greeting was Thomas Jefferson. Earlier presidents always bowed. James Madison was the first president to wear long trousers. Andrew Jackson was the first president to go on a train. Abraham Lincoln, first president to wear a beard in office. And Richard Nixon, the first president to host a rock concert at the White House.
Wow. If you hear the scurrying of tiny little feet, it's not your imagination. Mice and rats invade millions of homes every winter, squeezing in an opening the size of a 10-pence piece. Now, Janie Lee Grace.
There's a butterfly found in Brazil that's got the smell and the colour of chocolate.
Factoids.
To play. Roll over Beethoven, I gotta hear it again today. You know my temperature's rising, the jukebox blowing a fuse, and my heart's a beating rhythm and my soul keeps singing the blues. Roll over Beethoven and tell Tchaikovsky the news. I got the rockin' pneumonia, I need a shot of rhythm and blues. I caught the rolling arthritis sitting down by the rhythm review. Roll over Beethoven, rocking in 2x2. Well, if you feel it, you like it, go get your lover, then you reel it and rock it. Roll it over, move on up, just to try for further and reel it and rock it. We want another roll over Beethoven, dig these rhythm and blues. Dig it, dig it. Roll over. I'm giving you a warning, don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Hey, diddle diddle, I'm playing my fiddle, ain't got nothing to lose. Roll over Beethoven and tell Tchaikovsky the news. You know she wiggles like a glowworm, dancing like a spinning top. She's got a crazy partner, you ought to see them reel and rock. Long as she got a dime, the music will never stop. If you feel it, you like it, go get your lover, then you reel it and rock it. Roll it over, move on up, just to try for further and reel it and rock it. We want another roll over Beethoven, dig these rhythm and blues. Roll over Beethoven, roll over Beethoven, roll over Beethoven, roll over Beethoven, just dig these rhythm and blues.
Beside you at the mirror, hi, do I look familiar? Would you believe that we were happy once? True, like an answered prayer, you were mine and we were red. Now I fight to find what's left of us. I give, I give, I give, you never take. I bend, I bend, I bend, so we won't break. I I've been doing cartwheels. I've been doing cartwheels. Oh, I've been doing cartwheels. Anything to save us, anything to make you notice me. I've been running circles, always getting nowhere, putting on a show, but you won't see.
As you know, it's the US presidential elections. More about that later with American political commentator, our old friend Charlie Wolf. It's World Radiography Day, marking the anniversary of the discovery of X-rays in 1895. I can see through that. And it's World Town Planning Day, as the International Society of City and Regional Planners meet. Royal Mail has issued their Christmas stamps, something they've done every year since 1966 for the past 50 years. And here they are, everybody. If you could just describe those for me, Tim. There you go.
Oh, they're lovely, actually. Yeah, let me have a look at that. They're like Christmas card scenes. You've got a little snowman, you've got a robin, you've got a sock, you've got a stocking full of presents, you've got a bit of a Christmas cake, and you've got a Christmas tree. Very nice they are. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, I've had my first card.
No!
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's ridiculous.
Yes.
Was it a local trader?
It was from a listener, interestingly enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my first Christmas card. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think Christmas cards are going to be big this year because, you know, a lot of people sending emails last year, and it's not the same, is it?
It's not the same, but then again, you know, it takes a long time. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of effort. I don't know how I feel about it, because a lot of people do that thing where they give the money to charity and then they just send an e-card.
Oh, okay.
And that's quite cool as well.
That is quite cool. A blast of polar air from the north is set to bring the coldest winter in 5 years, with temperatures dipping to a bitter minus 14 degrees in some areas. The Met Office is predicting a weak polar vortex causing lower than normal temperatures over the next 3 months, which of course has already started at the beginning of November. It's quite very cold.
Yeah, very cold. Very cold last night, even in the south of England, definitely. 40% of motorists admit actually enjoying being stuck in traffic, as research reveals they spend 74 days of their life in a traffic jam. I don't believe this for 1 minute.
Well, I said something to my son the other day and he thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I said, I quite enjoy driving around in London because it's my city. I love driving around London and I don't mind if the traffic is heavy. Now, that's a ridiculous thing to say.
It is,
because I do.
Well, why do you enjoy doing that?
Well,
Well, that's what this report is saying,
Yeah, if you've got
basically.
time on your hands, it's okay, I suppose, as long as you allow another, at least hour and a half extra for anything you've got to do.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm going back on what I said. I do mind.
So would I.
You're so contrary.
I very rarely
No.
drive in London these days. I used to drive around London quite a lot, but I heard a stat recently that suggests the average speed of traffic in London is now slower, officially slower, than a horse and cart in Victorian times.
Crazy. Janie.
Well, if you've got poor habits when you're at that wheel, it seems your parents are to blame. Have you seen this study? It says when it comes to dangerous driving, most motorists are a chip off the old block. That's the expression they use. Studies found the majority of drivers pick up bad habits from their parents. So if you're tempted to speed or swear at other drivers while your child is in the back seat, think again, because it sets an example that influences them for life. It says drink driving, road rage and speeding by a mother or father sets a trend for the children. This is what research found. And in the survey, motorists aged 18 to 25, 65% said they were influenced by their parents' habits.
Wow. My dad, even to this day, still, he does a commentary. And he said, look at him. He's going to do this, he's going to do that. A commentary.
Well, that's quite good, isn't it? At least he's got his mind on the job, as it were.
Yeah. Charlie Wolf, American talk show host and political commentator, with us later, talking about the American elections. Raymond Blanc, Michelin-starred chef, and Brian Wilson. One we did a while ago, and obviously you know that he does have a little trouble with his memory, but we've put together, with some skillful editing, I think you'll enjoy the interview. It's Brian Wilson, Beach Boy, talking about his amazing life.
Hello, yeah, it's been a while. Not much. How about you? I'm not sure why I called. I guess I really just wanted to talk to you. And I was thinking maybe later on we could get together for a while. It's been such a long time and I really do miss your smile. I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your life, but there's a warm wind blowing the stars around, and I'd really love to see you tonight. We could go walking through Windy Park, take a drive along the beach, or stay at home and watch TV. You see, it really doesn't matter much to me. I'm not talking about millennium, and I don't want to change your life, but there's a warm wind blowing the stars.
I always think they're singing I'm Not Talking About Meridian. I'm thinking of Fred Dinage.
I won't ask for promises, so you don't have to lie. We both played that game before. Say I love you, then say goodbye. I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your life, but there's a warm wind blowing the stars around, and I'd really love to see you tonight. I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your life, but there's a warm wind blowing the stars around, and I'd really love to see you tonight. I'm not talking about moving in,
Not talking about Meridian.
want to change your life, but there's a warm wind blowing.
I was watching Fred Dinage the other day. I love him. Raymond Blanc with us later, Michelin-starred chef with a new book of seasonal recipes. Thank you. Merci. See what I did? Now, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, the A71 east of Livingston. The A71 is completely shut both ways because of an accident between Wilkeston and Dalmahoy. So it's just near to the Dalmahoy Country Club. So be aware, diversion in place. M62 westbound, 34 to 33. There's an accident between the Selby A19 turn-off and Ferrybridge services. One lane is shut. A15 between Selby and Bourne. Thank you for your calls on this as well. The A15 is closed completely between Tennyson Drive and Fen Road, Bourne. So just be aware there is a diversion. However, it's tricky if you've got an HGV. So I've had lots of calls from HGVs going through. So you can get through, but it's a tricky one. Give yourself time. M60 anti-clockwise. Again, thanks for your calls. At junction 5 for Princess Parkway on the anti-clockwise route, there's been an accident and the main carriageway is closed. Now the queues are back to 6 at Sale at the moment, but again, very heavy traffic both ways, but it is on the anti-clockwise stretch. Junction 5 of the M5. So northbound at Droitwich, there's an accident there. You've got two lanes closed. The queue's back to 4A to the M42. The M11 southbound, there's an accident just before 12 for Cambridge. That's the A603 turn-off. The queues are back to junction 14 for the A14 with one lane closed. The M1 northbound, junction 7 for Hemel Hempstead, there's a vehicle fire. The queues are back to 6, so it's back to Bricket Wood. 2 lanes are shut there. And then if you're heading out onto the A4, the Strand westbound, the westbound Strand is closed completely because of demonstrations. That's having an impact right the way through central London, Trafalgar Square, all around the area. Again, give it a miss if you can, and I'll be back with more 40 minutes.
Yeah, cool. Answers has announced it will close 30 UK clothing and home shops and convert dozens more into food stores. We already knew that. The official announcement was made earlier. Prince Harry has confirmed US actress Meghan Markle is his girlfriend in a statement from Kensington Palace, attacking the media for subjecting her to a wave of abuse and harassment. A lot of people are super tense today because of the election in America. Psychologists say if you're listening in America, you should try and relax by avoiding social media and TV news for a bit. Mix in light-hearted TV programs or a good book, or just stick to the headlines. Results won't start coming in, certainly in Britain, until the early hours of the morning. It's official, Americans are heading to the polls to choose a new president after one of the most rancorous election campaigns the country has ever seen. Voting actually gets underway in earnest on the East Coast from 0600 EST, that's 11 o'clock GMT, although some villages in New Hampshire have already polled. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump crisscrossed America in a hectic last-minute campaign push for votes. Results should begin emerging late on Tuesday night US time from 0400 GMT. So that's Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Yeah. Janie, what you got?
The art of smiling does not make the world more pleasant, according to this new study. I can't believe this. Scientists have retested a seminal study. For decades, psychology undergraduates have been taught about a paper in which people found things funnier when they smiled. For that study, by the way, people were asked to hold a pen between their lips or their teeth while they rated cartoons. Anyway, never mind how they did it. The end result of this is that over the course of the experiment at 17 laboratories, what they've now found using the same cartoons is that smiling doesn't make the world seem funnier. What? But that's not quite the same as smiling doesn't make the world a better place, is it? That's not quite the same thing. Because isn't that what we're all meant to believe? The more you smile, then that's going to pass on happy vibes to other people. I was on the train this morning.
Yeah.
And the
You're on Southern Rail? That needs a smile, doesn't it?
You weren't smiling then, were you?
No, I wasn't, fortunately. But
good panorama last night.
When he did his little thing about don't forget your hats, and he was very chatty, bless him. I'm sure he wants to be a DJ. Yeah. And then he added a little bit in about, make sure you smile at least 3 people today. And you couldn't help it. Everyone around the garage was smiling. He said, because you never know. So it doesn't cost you anything. I try and do that, and you never know if that smile might help somebody else.
I love it. I love that. Brian Wilson, Raymond Blanc and Charlie Wolf with us later. With our colleagues, we should pay tribute to our old colleague Jimmy Young. Jimmy Young joined the BBC as one of its first DJs in 1967. He presented Radio 1's weekday mid-morning slot from then until 1973. So Jimmy, who had 2 number-1 singles in the 1950s, then moved to Radio 2 with a programme he called the JY programme. And legendary broadcaster Sir Jimmy Young has died, as you know, at the age of 95. Our colleague and Radio 2 DJ passed away peacefully at home with wife Alicia by his side yesterday afternoon. Here's some of the old JY show. First of all, on Radio 1.
247 meters, that's where you want to be. Radio 1, 247, where the JY show will be leaping away all the way. TTT.
I'm telling you the...
You tell him, Raymondo.
Hi, what's the recipe today, Jim?
Oh, you never asked. Hey, forgotten mince meat pie, isn't it?
What's the recipe today, Jim?
Love is in the air. So watch out, Jimbo.
This is JY and Terry.
Catch it.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I switched on this morning in time to hear you being rather derogatory about me and my chest, I rather fancy, and being taken to task by my lot.
Well, your lot wrote and said, leave him alone, they said.
Quite.
Have a bit of respect for the aged and infirm.
They can be quite savage when aroused.
Oh, yeah, when they've got the teeth in.
Yes. I heard that you followed that with a spirited defence of the Eurovision Song Contest, followed by, did I detect...
There he goes, JY. 11 p.m. tomorrow night, Ken Bruce has a special tribute programme to Jimmy Young. Brian Wilson with us later, also Raymond Blanc and Charlie Wolf on The Big Show.
Life is a secret maze, just trying to find our way. From side to side, we're just pushing till the game is through. Yeah. Hoping we don't slip off when it feels like we've had enough. Reach for the moon and maybe we might catch some stars. Oh, yeah. Sometimes we can't do nothing. Sometimes we can't say nothing. Sometimes there ain't no running away. Hey, so when the rain falls down for the sun comes out, we're evergreen. Yeah, we're evergreen. And though the wind will blow, I believe we know we're evergreen. Whoa, yeah.
Once bitten, twice shy. Sometimes we're not eye to eye, but you don't find this kind of loving every day. No way. So leave the past at the door, 'cause that don't exist no more. All I need to know is that you're right there on my side.
Sometimes there ain't no running away. No way. So when the rain falls down for the sun comes out, we're evergreen. Yeah, we're evergreen.
And though the wind will blow, I believe we know we're evergreen.
We are.
So when the rain falls down, the sun comes out.
Well, that's Sean Escaferi and Joss Stone, and that's called Evergreen. Here, Steve, give me a shout out, please. It's my birthday. That's from Telecom's Tell from Bristol. 41 today. Cheers, gang. Cheers, Tell. Happy birthday. Can you say hello to Stan and Terry, who are struggling to fit a kitchen in Norwich? Thank you. Lawrence the electrician. Steve, loving the show. Can we please have a shout out to Tammy, Jess, Emma, Max, Billy, Winnie and Holly at Maxine's Feathers? Thank you. Maxine's Feathers. Justine's going to do the news. When that's done, we're back with David Wilson from Jersey picking the non-stop oldies.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Justine Green. An independent report by a retired judge has condemned the way Scotland Yard investigated an alleged paedophile ring at Westminster. Sir Richard Enriquez identified 43 errors and criticised detectives for saying the allegations made by the central witness called Nick were credible and true. Sir Richard said Operation Midland should have been abandoned much sooner. The Metropolitan Police Commissioner, Sir Bernard Hogan-Howe, has issued an apology. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Danny Shaw.
Sir Richard Enriquez's report is devastating. He says grave mistakes were made by detectives investigating alleged abuse by Lord Bramall, the former MP Harvey Proctor and the late Lord Britton. Sir Richard says the principal cause of the errors was the decision to search their premises before checking that the complainant, known as Nick, had given a consistent account. He says a judge authorising the searches was misled. 5 officers involved in the case have been referred to the Independent Police Complaints Commission.
Prince Harry has attacked the media for subjecting his girlfriend, the American actress Meghan Markle, to what he called a wave of abuse and harassment. In a statement, he said there had been racial undertones to some of the coverage and that Ms Markle's family and friends had been bombarded by reporters and photographers. A former press secretary to the Queen, Dickie Arbiter, says the statement may not have the desired effect on the media.
It's not just the British media, it's global. And how do you get the global media to back off? You can't, because you've got no jurisdiction. The British media will probably tone down. I think he's obviously concerned that what he's seeing now is sort of shades of what happened to his mother. And he remembers very well what happened to his mother. So there's a lot of harassment going on there, and he doesn't like it, and he doesn't want it to continue.
Voting is underway at polling stations on the east coast of the United States as the country chooses its 45th president. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump held their final rallies last night. The Republican nominee told supporters he was offering a once-in-a-lifetime political change. Speaking after casting her vote near her home in Chappaqua in New York State, Mrs. Clinton said it was a moment for reflection.
It is the most humbling feeling because, I know how much responsibility goes with this, and so many people are counting on the outcome of this election, what it means for our country, and I'll do the very best I can if I'm fortunate enough to win today.
The former head of the child abuse inquiry, Dame Lol Goddard, has said she will not appear before MPs to give evidence on her handling of the investigation. Her decision was condemned as disgraceful by the Labour chairwoman of the Home Affairs Select Committee, Yvette Cooper. 4 rail electrification projects which were planned along the Great Western London to Bristol line are being shelved. The government says the plan is too costly and disruptive. The MP for Bristol West, Thangam Debonair, said she was horrified by the move and that the government was being short-sighted. That's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 3. Our next to 4.
Thank you.
88 to 91 FM.
Got the oldies coming.
BBC Radio 2. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Now, the non-stop oldies brought to you daily by Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Don't know what's going on. You've been away for far too long. You can't come back. Think you are still mine. You're out of touch, my baby, my old-fashioned baby. I say, baby, 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 you're out of time. Well, baby, 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 you're out of time. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Yes, you are, you're back. Yes, you are. I said, you're out of there without a doubt. 'Cause baby, 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 you're out of time. You thought you was a clever girl, giving up your social world. You can't come back, be the first in line. Oh yeah, you're obsolete, my baby, my poor unfavorite baby. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Well, baby, 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 you're out of time. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Yes, you are now. Yes, you are. I said, you're out of there without a doubt. 'Cause baby, 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 you're out of
Every day. Non-stop oldies. Non-stop.
bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. I feel free. Bum 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 bum. I feel free. Bum 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 bum. I feel free. Bum 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 bum. I feel free. Bum 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 bum. I feel free. Bum 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 bum.
There's no one there, though the pavement's a one huge crowd. I can drive down the road, my eyes don't see, but my mind wants to cry out loud.
I feel free. That's Cream. These oldies chosen by David Wilson from Jersey. Hello, Steve. Last month I travelled to Plymouth to attend the 50th anniversary reunion with about 25 guys I knew at the Plymouth Technical College. We were all Merchant Navy engineering apprentices in the 60s, around 16 and 17 years old, and all away from home for the very first time. Now, until Radio 1 and 2 were launched, we only had Radio Luxembourg and the pirate stations to listen to. Plymouth was fairly quiet in the 60s, so the radio kept us in touch with what was happening in the world of music, and the Students' Union had some decent bands on at the time, although that was a fairly rare event. When we all went to sea for the second part of our apprenticeships, there was no TV, and the BBC World Service was only available in port. So we had to rely on record players, which were pretty difficult to use in a rough sea. Yeah, I know. You try telling the pirates that. Usually, the only records you were allowed to play were the ones the captain liked. So we got used to listening to the Spinners. That's the old Spinners, not the Detroit Spinners. The Seekers and Tom Jones. Every now and then we were given a free rein, and the Rolling Stones, Beatles and Kinks would blast out of our tiny speakers. Well, I put together a list of oldies that remind us of those 2 years at college, and when you play them, it's going to transport us back in time to some brilliant memories. Please say hello to all the lads for me. Well, you've done that, David. Cheers, Steve and team. David Wilson from Jersey. I remember the Spinners. Folk group, right? Polo neck shirts.
We skip the light fandango, turns cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick. face at first just go sleep. Turn the wider shade of pale. She said there is no reason, and the truth is plain to see. But I wander through my playing cards, would not let her be one of 16 vestal virgins. We're leaving for the coast, and although my eyes were open, they might just as well been closed. And so it was, as the mirror told his tale, that her face at first just goes sleep. Turn the wider shade of pale.
David Wilson from Jersey picking these non-stop oldies. And now here, Little Red Rooster, Rolling Stones.
I am the little red rooster, too lazy to crow for day. I am the little red rooster, too lazy to crow for day. Keep everything in the farmyard upset in every way. The dogs begin to bark, hounds begin to howl. Dogs begin to bark, hounds begin to howl. Watch out, strange camp people, little red roosters on the prowl. If you see my little red rooster, please drive him home. If you see my little red rooster, please drive him home. Ain't had no peace in the farmyard since my little red rooster's been gone.
little red rooster. Oh, little red rooster. Rolling Stones. Non-stop oldies chosen by David Wilson from Jersey.
So you think you're having good times with the boy that you just met? Kicking sand from beach to beach, your clothes are soaking wet. But if you look around and see your shadow on the run, don't be too upset because it's just the paper, son. In the room where you've been sleeping, all your clothes are thrown about. Cigarettes burn windowsills, your meters all run out. But there again, it's nothing. You just split when day is done. Kitchen lips to nowhere, hung upon the paper, son. When you're feeling tired and lonely, you see people going home. You can make that train back or the sixpence for the phone. And icicles you're crying down your cheek have just begun. Don't be sad, good times ahead beneath the paper, son.
Here's what's going on. Going to be talking to Charlie Wolf soon. Raymond Blanc later. Brian Wilson also. Beach Boy. If you wish to email us, it's steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. You can text 88291 and you can tweet us at BBC Radio 2. These are the oldies.
Somebody help me, yeah. Somebody help me now. Won't somebody tell me what I've done wrong? When I was just a little boy of 17, I had a girl, she was my queen. She didn't love me like I loved her, now I know. Now I'm so lonesome on my
Spencer Davis Group, Somebody Help Me.
The Big Show. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
they were some smashing oldies. Thank you for them. A badge on its way. 3:31 in the UK. That's I'm a Boy, The Who.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
In the American elections, voting is underway. Prince Harry has confirmed US actress Meghan Markle is his girlfriend. In a statement from Kensington Palace, the media for attacking the media for subjecting her to a wave of abuse and harassment. The statement said the couple were a few months into a relationship and it was not right that Miss Markle should be subjected to such treatment. Damage caused by prisoners who are involved in a riot at Bedford Prison will cost at least £1 million to fix, the BBC has been told. And McDonald's is suing Florence for €80 million after it was blocked from opening a restaurant on one of the Italian city's most historic plazas. Now, this says, doing a big pile of ironing, not funny, but looking through the windows at my husband, trying out his new leaf blower. It's very funny. What is it about men and machines? I don't know. Enjoying your little show as usual. Happy days from Angie Fowles in Oundle. This says, can you please give a shout out today, Tuesday, to my lovely wife of 9 years, Chrissy. We're on our way to Gatwick prior to flying out to Florida for a 2-week holiday. Can you tell her I love her loads and the 11 years I've known her have been the happiest in my life. Thanks, Steve, for a great little show. Keep on jocking from Graham Banks. This says, Steve and team, can you please tell Dazza the syrup to put a woolly hat on to stop his baldy bonds from getting cold? Oh, yes, there was some... We were talking about this earlier? Some kind of syrup that you put on your head? Or what were we talking about? I don't know. Anyway, that's from the Ingrams boys. I'll ask around here. Here's Bobby. What you got?
Steve, thank you. First of all, the A71, Wilkeston. We've got this east of Livingston closure. The A71 between Wilkeston and Dalmahoy following an earlier accident. M62 westbound, the accident 34 to 33 at Ferrybridge Services. That's still there with one lane closed for recovery. A15 is still closed between Selby and Bourne. Accident between Tennyson Drive and Fen Road. M60 anti-clockwise is still completely closed at Junction 5 for the Princess Parkway following this earlier accident. So the queues are back to Sale. That's all gone. If you're heading around from the Trafford Centre, it starts to get really heavy. Surrounding routes are really busy as well, so it is one to watch. M6 southbound at Junction 8 for the M5, there's a broken down vehicle. The queues are back to 10 at Walsall. Northbound M6 breakdown at 4A for the M42. The M5 northbound, the accident between 5 and 4A, so in the roadworks up towards the M42. We've still got 2 lanes blocked. There are 2 lorries to be recovered from this, so be aware it's going to be a slow one for a while. M11 southbound, the accident at 12 for Cambridge, all cleared out of the way now. M1 northbound, the vehicle fire at 7. Just to let you know, we've still got recovery underway, so we've got 1 lane closed for safety for that. M25 clockwise, an accident between 24 and 25, so towards Enfield you've got 1 lane shut, and central London, Trafalgar Square and the A4, the Strand. Now, westbound was closed because of a demonstration between Waterloo Bridge and Trafalgar Square. Now, traffic is on the move again, but only just, so just be aware all around there. Leicester Square, Trafalgar Square, all surrounding routes gridlocked. Thanks for your updates. Back with more in 25 minutes.
OK, thank you. Simon Mayer's on the air at 5. It's another Tunes Day with Simon after your long song suggestions. Jamie Cullum at 7, playing classic jazz and new releases. Joe Wiley's Sophie Ellis-Bextor is live in session for Joe tonight. That's at 8. Mika at 10. The Organist entertains with Nigel Ogden at the organ at 11. And then listen to The Band.
BBC Radio 2.
And now Rihanna.
And you got me like, girl, what you want from me? just to get close to you. Could we burn something today? And I'll run for miles just to get a taste. Must be love on the brain that's got me feeling this way. It beats me black and blue, but it fools me so good, and I can't get enough. Must be love on the brain, yeah. And it keeps cursing my name. No matter what I do, I'm no good without you, and I can't get enough. Must be love on the brain. Baby, keep loving me. Just love me, yeah. Just love me. All you need to do is love me, yeah. Got me like, ow. I'm tired of being played like a violin. What do I gotta do to get in your heart? Baby, like don't you stop loving me. Don't quit loving me. Just stop loving me. Ooh, and babe, I'm fist fighting with fire just to get close to you.
Riri, we love you.
Burn some.
Rihanna, Love on the Brain. I got 22 to 4. Coming to Charlie next here. Can you give a shout out to Beverly in Manchester, who's eaten 10 windows of her advent calendar already? Thank you, from Diane. Greedy? Not Christmas.
But it fools me so good, and I can't get enough. Must be love on the brain.
Now, me, Janie and Tim are back with some US election factoids. Here's Janie.
Texas is known as the Lone Star State and has 38 electoral votes.
Michigan's largest city is Detroit, home of America's auto industry and, of course, Motown Records. Michigan has 16 electoral votes.
Death Valley in California is said to be the hottest, driest place in the United States and can reach more than 115 degrees. It's also got the highest population of any state in the US, hence it has 55 electoral votes.
Boston is the capital of Massachusetts, and it's where the first subway system in the United States was built in 1897. Massachusetts, as well as being the title of the Bee Gees' first UK number one, has a total of 11 electoral votes.
Hershey in Pennsylvania is considered the chocolate capital of the United States. Pennsylvania has 20 electoral votes.
7 United States presidents were born in Ohio. They are Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford B. Hayes, James A. Garfield, Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley, William H. Taft, and Warren G. Harding. Ohio has a rich presidential history, as you can tell, and 18 electoral votes.
Florida is known as the Sunshine State, and Orlando attracts more visitors than any other amusement park destination in the United States. Florida has 29 electoral votes.
Factoids. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominations are in.
This Sunday, Ken Bruce and Elaine Page are live at the London Theatre Awards 2016.
Join us for a memorable evening as the curtain comes down on another incredible year on the London stage.
Celebrate a year of fantastic theatre as BBC Radio 2 returns to the London Theatre Awards.
Hear from stars of the biggest productions.
And discover who you voted as the winner of the Radio 2 Audience Award for Best Musical.
Ken Bruce and Elaine Page.
Live from the London Theatre Awards 2016.
Sunday evening from 9.
On BBC Radio 2.
What the Times today are saying: a surge in women and Hispanic early voters left Donald Trump facing an uphill struggle even before polling stations opened today as the most unpredictable US election in memory reached its climax. What else we got here? This is what Justin Webb is saying. If Trump wins, there'll be less change than you think. Here's what Tim Smith is saying.
It's too close to call and I haven't decided which way I'm voting yet.
Here's what Janie Lee Grace is saying.
Trying to decide whether I'm going to stay the whole night.
Here's what I'm saying. I just don't know. Let's get Charlie Wolf to sort it out.
Thank you.
Charlie Wolf is an American broadcaster, writer and blogger with an intimate knowledge of US politics. Charlie is the former director of communications for Republicans Abroad UK. Should put that in, really. Charlie was one of the panellists on Question Time last Thursday and also appeared as a witness on The Moral Maze on Radio 4 last week. Today, Americans are voting to determine who will take over from Barack Obama as the 45th President of the United States. Hillary Clinton is the Democratic Party candidate and Donald Trump is the Republican Party candidate. The voting system is the Electoral College, where, along with the Washington District of Columbia, is allocated a share of electoral votes. So, Charlie, how does it work, and why do you have that system?
Basically, remember, we have 50 states, okay? And they're all individual states, and they're all, in a sense, sovereign bodies. They hold their own elections by their own standards. Each senator, the 2 senators and the congressman they have, and remember that was all done proportionally by population. So California would have a whole bunch of electors. Rhode Island would have probably 3.
Okay.
This is the day they choose which electors are going to go and put their candidate forth. Now, funny enough, things started back in the early days in 1776. The point of the electors was a lot of people wouldn't have known who was running. You know, we didn't have Steve Wright in the afternoon. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have the crucial things that kids need today to keep informed. So what I would do if I was a farmer and I said, I don't know any of these guys, I say, well, I don't know this Janie woman, but I know Steve and I can trust Steve to place my vote for me. So it would say on the ballot paper, Steve Wright. It wouldn't say, you know, Jefferson or Madison, whatever. It says
Really?
Steve. Yeah, so I'm just going to send Steve Wright to vote on my behalf because I know he'll do the right thing.
Let's take a look at the 2 candidates. It's not much of a choice, is it?
No, it's like going into a bad Chinese restaurant. It's, you know, there really isn't much to choose, but you got to choose somebody. And this is what the people have decided in the 2 parties. This is what they've nominated.
All right, now tell us about these key states that each of them have been running around to and hoping to win. What's the deal there?
It's not a popular vote. I mean, they're gathered at the end of the day, and you could be like Al Gore and have the popular vote but not have enough of the electors. There's certain states that are natural homes to each candidate. Now, for instance, in Massachusetts, where I'm from, if I vote Trump, which I will, it'll add to his popular vote, but that state is not going to go Trump. It will never go to the Republicans. Never has, never will. So I don't want to say it's a wasted vote, but we know there are certain states that are going to go a certain way. I mean, there are states that can flip. There are states that are blue states, which are Democratic states. There are red states, which are Republican states. Some are purple states. They've gone back and forth. And, yeah, there's these toss-up states. And the important ones are Florida, Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina. These are ones that they have figured out certain paths to get them there, almost like, I guess, how you tactically vote in this country, or how you play cricket. You know, I need to win against this team, but not against that team, or however it goes, and that gets me up to the prize. It's the same sort of strategy.
All right, let me just take a break. Charlie Wolf is here. We'll come back with Charlie in just a moment. Don't go away.
Plan the great escape, keep the wolves away. Together we can hide like runaways. We can find a way, see the sun again. You and I are meant for better days. We're not the enemy, tired of saying we're sorry for our love. We are bound to a place where they won't follow. Where we are bound, our hearts will take us there. It's just a game of truth or dare. Leave the broken dream, find the missing key. Nobody told us how hard this would be. Keep the memories, bring only what we need, till we find something that we can be. We're not the enemy, tired of saying we're sorry for our love. We are bound to a place where they won't follow. Where we are bound, our hearts will take us there.
place where they won't follow, where we are bound. Our hearts will take us there. It's just a game of truth. We are bound to a place where they won't follow, where we are bound. Our hearts will take us there. It's just a game of truth or dare.
Charlie Wolf is on with us, and we're talking about the American elections. What do the candidates have to do now at this late stage? I mean, they've been rushing around to different states and what have you. California has the most electoral votes, am I right? 55, followed by Texas, Florida, and New York. Now, they're done with those states now. There's nothing more that they can say, right?
Yeah, they've said all they can say. They've traveled all they can say. Though I think in the last election, if I remember correctly, on the last day even, Romney was going around on the very last day. But at this point, it's what's known as the ground game. And this is where the organizations take over. And this is where, again, the Democrats are very good. And that's getting people out to, you can have all the fans you want, but if they don't turn on the radio and listen, or they don't go to the booth and click the lever, then you lose.
In order to win, the two candidates, which states do they take? What's their route to win? First of all, Trump.
Yeah, Trump would probably be getting that key state of Florida would be important. Ohio would be important to him. For the Democrats, Pennsylvania would be a very important state. But again, it's that ground game of getting them out and getting them to vote. And you can't be lackadaisical about it. Because sometimes if you're the leading party, people just kind of get, well, listen, we're going to win, so why do I need to show up? And then they end up losing. And again, that's the game for Trump as well. He wants to inspire them. His people actually are the type, this is a movement. They'll walk through glass to get to a voting booth.
What will be the result that we will know it's over?
The TV networks are very good at this. They'll be watching the exit polling. They'll have an idea as states are falling into place. And remember, of course, we're over, 3-4 time zones. So by the time it gets to where California's voting, they'll have a pretty good idea and they'll declare based on exit polling. But then again, that ain't the truth. Truth is when they count everything and they say it's official. But we'll have a good idea about maybe 3-4 o'clock this morning.
And the early Hispanic vote, that obviously helps Hillary.
Yeah, this is another feature that's a little bit different for us. We didn't have this sort of early voting in the past. It used to be, for instance, maybe the military, and that was pretty much it. But now, as we've had so many people wanting to vote, that we have this early voting, and they get a sense of how many votes have gone out. So I believe Republican voting in certain areas has been up massively because they're sending out the ballots. And again, there's a darn good chance they'll send them back. So they're grabbing at straws.
What about the two houses? I mean, who runs those at the moment? They're Republican.
Republican, yes.
So can they go?
Those elections are going on as well. The Congress goes every 2 years. If you're a congressman, you're like an MP, you're the representative, you are the closest to the people. Senators go the longest, they're 6 years, but it's 1/3. It kind of rotates around. So 1/3 is always going to go up for election.
So they might not go Democrat because of the email thing and the momentum that was lost,
well,
right?
There's more of a chance. This was a year the Democrats had a chance at the Senate because, again, the amount of senators that were going up for re-election, the math was such, or the balance was such, it made it in their favor. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think that the Republicans will hold both the Senate and the House. In a sense, that's a good thing if it's Hillary, or even if it's Donald, because they, of course, have equal powers. It's a balance. It's checks and balances.
Creating gridlock.
Well, in some respects, that's a good thing. You don't want things rushed into law. So there are times you want that, but also you want a president that has to negotiate. I think that's been one of Mr. Obama's problems, is he was not a great negotiator. He wouldn't get the people up and sit them around the table. And this is something that at least Trump is supposed to be able to do.
There's full coverage of the US presidential election 2016 across the BBC through the night, starting at 10 p.m. on Radio 4 and from midnight on Radio 5 Live with America Decides. 11:15 BBC One on the telly. Election night in America with Jeremy Vine doing the analysis of the exit polls. He's got his trousers ready, he's got his shoes ready, he's going to be looking good. And Charlie Wolf, thank you so much. It's great to have you on finally. And Charlie and I go back a long way because he used to work on, well, are we allowed to say Laser 558?
You said it.
What is that?
I don't know, but I got the jingle.
Thanks, Charlie.
We have the chance to turn the pages over. We can write what we want to write. We gotta make ends meet before we get much older.
John Farnham, and You're the Voice. No, You're the Voice. 5 to 4. And Bobby Pryor.
Steve, thank you. First of all, the A71 at Wilkeston, east of Livingston, it is still closed with the accident between Wilkeston and Dalmahoy closed both directions. M62 accident, first of all, westbound, 34 to 33 at Ferrybridge services. That has all cleared. But on the M62 westbound, 20 to 19, which is Rochdale to Hayward, there's a breakdown there. So the queue's about to 21 for Milne Row. A15 between Selby and Bourne is still closed with this accident at Northorpe. Then we've got the M60 anti-clockwise. It's still completely closed at Princess Parkway at Junction 5, so you cannot get onto the A5103 there. The queues, well, it starts to slow from 10 for the Trafford Centre, but it's absolutely solid from 8 at Carrington. Surrounding routes are absolutely gridlocked as well, so give it a miss if you can. I don't have a reopening time. M6 southbound at Junction 8 for the M5. There's a broken down vehicle still there. The queues are back to Walsall at Junction 10. Northbound M6, there was a breakdown at 4A for the M42. That's now gone. M5 northbound, Junction 5 to 4A. So in the roadworks towards the M42, that accident still being recovered. There are actually 4 lorries to be recovered from that. They've also closed the entry slip road at Junction 5, so you can't get on from the A38 to head on the northbound M5 either, where they deal with that. The M25 now clockwise a little bit slow, just between 14 and 15 towards the M4, and then we've got the accident between 24 and 25 towards Enfield with one lane shut. Anti-clockwise, tiny bit between 12 and 11 to Chertsey. Not too bad. I'll be back with more in 30 minutes.
Steve, perhaps you might mention that I'm in my garage building a new engine for my 1959 Isetta bubble car. Have fun, from Ray Glendinning. And Steve, can you please say hello to my little girl Imi? She's covering me and the house with paper mache. We're actually trying to make a pirate ship. That is the way to do it, by the way. Wish us luck. Thank you from Kat. Look who's on with us later.
Pork belly and kale, I think, goes very well. Apple and pork are classics, they go together, but I think quince goes just as well. So apple is more autumnal, then we take quince during the winter.
Raymond Blanc. Merci Raymond.
Run around town like a fool and you think that it's groovy. You give it to some other guy who gives it an eye. You don't give nothing to me. You made it smile and you dress so wild to excite me. But don't you know you're turning me on? I know that it's wrong, but I can't stop the pain inside me, baby. Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts without you. And it's breaking my heart, but what can I do, baby? Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts through and through. And it's breaking my heart, but what can I do without you? Walk like a dream and you make like a queen of the action. You're using every trick in the book. The way that you look, you're really something to see. Cheating, you lying, impressing guys that you fancy. Love really hurts, but don't you know I'm out of my mind? So give me a sign and help to ease the pain inside me, baby. Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts without you. And it's breaking my heart, but what can I do, baby? Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts.
That is Billy Ocean. We love you, Billy. Coming up next hour, guest Beach Boy Brian Wilson and chef Raymond Blanc. There's Bobby, there's Tim, there's Justine, there's Sports Guy, there's Janie Lee Grace, Factoids, social media and showbiz cuts, including Cookie Monster.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Great Britain.
United Kingdom, across planet Earth. This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Justine Green. An independent report has condemned the way Scotland Yard investigated an alleged paedophile ring at Westminster. The retired judge, Sir Richard Enriquez, identified 43 errors and criticised detectives for saying the allegations made by the central witness, known as Nick, were credible and true. The Metropolitan Police Commissioner, Sir Bernard Hogan-Howe, has apologised. One of those caught up in the claims was the former Labour peer Lord Janner, who died last year. His son Daniel says lessons must be learned.
The police, I hope now, will no longer have the blinkered approach which they have shown in this case, where the complainant is believed, however extraordinary the circumstances of his story are.
The Supreme Court has announced it will begin hearing the government's appeal that the Prime Minister should have the power to trigger Brexit from the 5th of December. All 11 of its judges will sit for 4 days to hear the case. Scotland's most senior law officer will also apply to be heard in the case after the First Minister Nicola Sturgeon said it was clear that Scottish interests would be affected. Prince Harry has accused the media of crossing a line with recent coverage about his girlfriend, the American actress Meghan Markle. He said she'd been the subject to a wave of abuse and harassment, and he was worried about her safety. Camilla Tominey is the royal editor for the Sunday Express.
There's been some positive commentary about her as well. People might say that the fact that Prince Harry's going out with a girl who has got a mixed race background, that is American, that isn't a princess. She's involved with the UN. She's got a very successful acting career. But I think Harry's saying, look, report the stories by all means, but let's not get into invective and let's not get into essentially trolling her online.
Donald Trump has arrived at a polling station in New York ready to cast his vote in the US presidential election. Bill Shuster is a Republican congressman and Trump backer from Pennsylvania. He thinks that despite Mr. Trump alienating some in the Latino community with his comments about Mexico, many will still vote for him.
I think there's a lot of Hispanics out there, hardworking people, that they want the opportunity to get ahead in America. They're here legally. Many of them start their own businesses. Again, I think you're going to see a lot of Hispanic vote going to Donald Trump. When you talk about the hardworking business owners, they want a system that has lower taxes and lower regulation on their businesses. They want the American dream is to get ahead.
Hillary Clinton voted earlier. She was greeted at a polling station in Chappaqua by around 150 supporters chanting, "Madam President." The former head of the inquiry into child sexual abuse says she won't appear before MPs. Dame Lol Goddard, who's the third person to resign from the post, says she's been advised by her lawyers not to go before the Commons Home Affairs Committee. The Labour MP Yvette Cooper, who chairs the committee, says it's a disgraceful response. And an exhibition dedicated to the career of David Bowie has become the most visited attraction in the history of the Victoria and Albert Museum. The show, which features the star's instruments, costumes and music scores, has been visited by more than 1.5 million people since it opened in 2013. BBC News at 3 minutes past 4 on Extra 5.
Thank you, Justine. And now bringing on the sports guy.
Yes, Tottenham striker Harry Kane says his club will benefit from his 7 weeks on the sidelines. He's just returned from an ankle injury and was immediately recalled for England. But he says his time off has allowed him to rest his other muscles. A parliamentary hearing on homophobia in sport has been told gay footballers would perform better if they came out. The former NBA star John Amici told MPs players would be able to focus on their sport instead of what he called hiding. Hasib Hamid says he will realise a childhood dream when he makes his England Test debut against India tomorrow. At the age of 19, he will be only the second teenager to play Test cricket for England since 1949. Rugby Union, Wales have called up uncapped 18-year-old Ospreys wing Keelan Giles for the rest of the Autumn International Series, following an injury to Hallam Amos. And Commonwealth Games England say they'll take the largest ever Team England squad to a foreign games in 2018. The plan is to send more than 400 athletes.
Thank you, Sports Guy.
Steve Wright in the afternoon, yeah. BBC Radio 2.
My brother Jake had shades, head in a day. My brother Jake, have you thought about change?
Free, My Brother Drake on Radio 2.
She stood there bright as the sun on that California coast. He was a Midwestern boy on his own. She took his hand and she led him along that golden beach. They watched the waves tumble over the sand. They drove for miles and miles on those twisting, turning roads. Higher and higher and higher they climbed. And those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right in her diamonds and frills. All those big city nights, in those high rolling hills, above all the lights, she had all of the day it went on and on. Then came that morning he woke up alone. He spent all night staring down at the lights of LA, wondering if he could ever go home. And those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, it was looking so right. Giving him chills in those big city nights, in those high rolling hills, above all the lights, she had all of the skills. Hollywood nights, Hollywood hills, above all the lights, Hollywood nights.
Now we're going to talk to Brian Wilson soon. There's Bob Seger, the Silver Bullet Band, and Hollywood Nights. This is Radio 2. It's 4:10. In some stories today, Adele has been named as the richest British celebrity aged under 30, with an estimated £92 million in the bank. She's not One Direction off number one after their 3-year run at the top of the under 30 rich list. Stephen Fry has confirmed that he'll host next year's BAFTAs. They'll be held at the Royal Albert Hall for the first time on the 12th of February 2017. And further to Michael Bublé's announcement about his family last week, the BBC has confirmed that Michael won't be performing at the BBC Music Awards on Monday, the 12th of December at XL in London. Bob Shannon, the director of BBC Music, says, "We send Michael and his family our very best wishes. More artists who'll be performing at the BBC Music Awards 2016 will be announced next week." Well, over on Twitter, hashtag election 2016 is trending and hashtag election day are also trending. Zach tweets, "I don't think I've ever been more relieved for a day to finally come in my life." Kayla's tweeting, "I don't like either candidate and I want the election to be done." And Jason says, "My anxiety right now, the whole day's going to be stressful." And here's some details of programs you might like to watch. Read the American elections if you want. America Decides starts at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. over on BBC Radio 4, Jim Nocty, and from midnight on BBC Radio 5 Live. 9 p.m. BBC News Channel, US Election 2016, BBC News Special, followed by at 11:15 Election Night in America, which will be simulcast on BBC One. Andrew Neil and Katie Kay with live coverage and a team of correspondents providing the latest news as it unfolds, and Jeremy Vine analysing the exit polls and results as they start to come in state by state. 10:40 p.m. over on ITV, Trump v. Clinton, the result. 10 p.m. Sky News, Clinton v. Trump, America Decides. 11 p.m. CNN, Election Night in America. And Al Jazeera, 10 p.m., America Votes 2016. Meanwhile, Amy Adams was on the Radio 1 breakfast show talking about her latest film, Nocturnal Animals, which is directed by fashion designer Tom Ford. Here's Amy telling Grimmy about the first time she met Tom.
I was out running errands, and they're like, Tom can meet you today. And I was like, oh, so I ran to I literally called my stylist, which I've never done in my entire career, and been like, I need to borrow something. I have nothing nice enough to wear to meet Tom Ford. I have never borrowed clothes outside of my job.
Yeah, apart from
like showing up to stuff.
Yeah.
And she had some things that she got me to meet him because I was so insecure.
Now, former Chelsea and England player Frank Lampard now plays football in New York. Jim Naughtie spoke to Frank on the Today programme and asked him what it's like for Brits who've been in America during the election campaign.
There are cultural differences and we speak the same language, but we don't. I think the election has been really interesting. I sit in it every night now and watch it because it's just fascinating stuff, and it really opens up the differences actually between ourselves at home and here. It's interesting to watch.
Does it inspire you or depress you, this election?
I suppose one thing that inspires me is that my daughters are talking about it back home, and they're at school in Wimbledon. And they're talking about Donald Trump. I suppose that's a good thing, isn't it? I mean, you're spreading the word.
Possibly comment.
I don't know, but you know what? If you're getting children interested, they're debating it at their school, and that's a good thing. There are elements of it that haven't been a good thing, and I think that's when everyone takes a deep breath after the event. Maybe you can try and change it, but I think that's the world we're living in.
Frank Lampard and Cookie Monster has been on The One Show, talking about a new series of Sesame Street. But before they talked about that, Alex Jones asked Cookie Monster what he thinks of British biscuits.
You know what? Me never want to leave. Me tried the Jammy Dodgers.
Yeah.
Those hobnobs. Have you ever had a hobnob? Digestives. Me did the whole rich tea experience with the dunking into the tea.
You are a dunker. Are you a dunker?
Me a dunker.
Yeah.
Me beyond a dunker. There's a whole new world for me.
Cookie Monster.
Games people play now, every night and every day now, never meaning what to say now, never saying what they mean, while they while away the hours in their ivory towers, till they're covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine. Oh, talking about you and me and the games people play now. Oh, we make one another cry, break our hearts and we'll say goodbye, cross our hearts and we'll hope to die that the other was to blame. Oh, but neither one will ever give in. So we gaze at an age pretend, thinking about the things that might have been, and it's a dirty rotten shame. Oh, la da 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 da. You and me and the game people play now. Oh yeah.
Steve, can you give a shout out to me, Brenda, and my lovely partner Andy, currently holidaying and listening to your little show in Fuerteventura, here for a week following my birthday at the weekend. Loving the show. Thank you very much. It's coming up on 4:17. Now, recently, we recorded an interview with Beach Boy Brian Wilson, and we're going to play that in after this.
BBC Radio 2 remembers.
All pals together.
The Ballads of the Great War series continues with first-hand accounts and a soundtrack written and performed by some of Britain's finest folk musicians.
Now, this great popular enthusiasm for war manifested itself in pals battalions of local men joining up together.
Then when a battalion maybe had 400 or 500 casualties, that everyone would know someone had been killed.
The Festival of Remembrance from 8 and the Ballads of the Great War from 9. Saturday night on BBC Radio 2.
88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Brian Wilson is with us this afternoon. Brian Wilson is here. Brian, it's very, very nice to see you again. And how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm exhausted because I didn't sleep very well last night, but I'm feeling good.
Well, at time of recording, you're rushing around from media place to media place. I mean, it's a bit of a heavy schedule as well, isn't it, really? You didn't sleep either.
We fly to a city and then we take a bus ride for the rest of the tour.
Are you a good flyer? I mean, you've been flying all your life, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can sleep on the plane and all of that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that. I just can't do
You're
that.
not able to?
No, I can't do that. Anyway, listen, let's get on with some work. Brian Wilson, of course, legendary and award-winning singer-songwriter who was once described by Rolling Stone magazine as the godfather of pop and is the mastermind behind the Beach Boys and their huge back catalogue of hits. The Beach Boys formed in 1961 and the original lineup was Brian as the lead singer with his brothers Dennis and Carl, his cousin Mike Love and their friend Al Jardine. The Beach Boys' 1966 album Pet Sounds is widely accepted to have changed the course of music. And to celebrate its 50th anniversary, Brian's been touring the album with several UK dates back in May and September. And we also now have a book, I Am Brian Wilson, a memoir. Talk me through how the Beach Boys got together.
Well, I can't remember how. I just remember Mike came over to my house and he goes, why don't we try to write a song about surfing? Because he knew that surfing was a big craze.
Yeah.
Me and Mike sat at the piano. I started plunking chords. He started going bomb, bomb, dip, 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 bomb. And he wrote most of the song of surfing. Then I wrote Surfer Safari, and then he took off on a singing career.
And then you decided to form the band right there and then?
Yeah. Well, I had my brothers come down in the studio to my room, and we called Al Jardine, my friend, to come over.
Yeah.
And we started harmonizing, and before you know it, we were doing tours.
Surfing is the only life, the only way for me. Now surf with me. Pop, dip, 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 pop, dip, dip. I got up this morning, turned on my radio. I was checking out the surfing scene to see if I would go. And when the DJ tells me that the surfing is fine, that's when I know my baby and I will have a good time. We're going surfing, pop, dip, 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 surfing, pop, dip, dip, surfing, pop, dip, 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 surfing, pop, dip, dip, pop, pop, dip, 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 pop, pop, dip, dip, surfing, pop, dip, 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 surfing, pop, dip, dip. Surfing is the only life, the only way for me. Now surf with me. Pop, dip, 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 pop, dip, dip. From the early morning to the middle of the night. Anytime the surf is up, the time is right. And when the surf is down to take its place, we'll do the surfer stomp. It's the latest dance craze. Going surfing, pop, dip, 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 surfing, pop, dip, 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 surfing, pop, dip, 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 surfing, pop, dip, dip, pop, pop, dip, 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 pop, pop, dip, dip, surfing, pop, dip, 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 surfing, pop, dip, dip. Surfing is the only life, the only surf, surf with me. Pop, dip, 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 pop, pop, dip, dip. Now the dawn is breaking and we really gotta go. But we'll be back here very soon, that you better know. Yeah, my surfing knots are rising and my board is losing wax. But that won't stop me, baby, cause you know I'm coming back. Going surfing, pop, dip, dip, dip. Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with me. Early in the morning we'll be starting out. Some honeys will be coming along. We're loading up our woody with our boards inside and heading out singing our song. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Come on along, surf, baby, wait and see. Yeah, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me.
424, talking with Brian Wilson. Did the harmonies just come together just like that? Because I know you work very hard and you're a bit of a perfectionist.
Right.
Did you just go back and do them again and again and again?
Right. Try to make each record we did, good harmony.
And who influenced you back in the day? I mean, you talk in the book about all kinds of people, Frank Sinatra, various producers. Were they all influences on your writing and your singing?
Yes, very much so. They taught me a certain way to arrange and to sing.
Were the Beatles an influence on you, or were you an influence on them? I mean, you talk about Paul McCartney.
Well, when I heard Rubber Soul, I knew I was going to have to do something just as good.
Yeah. And what about Phil Spector? What was it about Phil Spector, his work?
Well, his drums. He had great drums.
Yeah.
I learned how to produce drums.
Brian, were you always in control of the band, or was it a group thing?
It was a group thing.
But you were kind of orchestrating the players, is that fair to say?
Right, that's right, yeah.
And did you find that easy to do? Were they happy to go with what you said all the time?
Oh, yeah, they loved what I told them.
Never any disagreements. They were happy to follow you, were they?
Yeah.
When you started out as a band, where were you going to go with it? I mean, because by the time you get to Pet Sounds, there's a definite evolution, isn't there?
Yeah, well, we tried to venture off on something different, for people to hear. Me and my brother Carl got together and he said, Brian, why don't we make an album all about love and harmony? And I said, okay. So that's what we did. I started by calling the guys up, come down to the studio right now. I have a great song I want you to do. So we cut Good Vibrations that night.
And was it an easy album to make, Pet Sounds?
Oh, no. It was very rough to make, yeah.
How long were you making it for?
It took us 3 months to do it.
Favorite tracks on Pet Sounds?
God only knows, and wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, well, life will still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me, so what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you.
What is your process when you sit down and write a song?
I play chords, like bum, bum, bum. And then all of a sudden I'll do a melody. and then I write the lyrics to the melody.
What kind of period of time would it take you to write a song?
Anywhere from 45 minutes to a month.
A month?
Yeah. Some songs take a month to write.
And where would songs come to you?
I made up my mind to do that when I go to my piano. I play a little bit, and then I go, I'm going to make a good album. I'm going to make an album just as good as Rubber Soul.
How do you know when a song's finished? Do you just know, or do you tinker around for a long time?
I know when it's a song. I know very well.
What are you up to in the future?
Well, when we're all done touring, I'm going to record an album of rock and roll songs.
Wow.
That'll blow you away.
So what you got in mind?
Well, I'm going to have like different songwriters and groups. Like, I'll sing Hey Jude by Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Then I'll sing a song by the Rolling Stones, and so on and so forth.
And the rock and roll
It's a tribute album.
Yeah, okay. Fantastic.
Brian Wilson sings the great guys of rock, yeah.
Can I just tell you that the book, I Am Brian Wilson, it's an autobiography, is out now in hardback. Brian, it's fantastic to see you again, and thank you for being so open. Pet Sounds is how old?
50 years.
50 years old. Congratulations.
Right, thank you.
And thank you for being on. Brian Wilson, everybody.
I love the colorful clothes she wears and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair. I hear the sound of a gentle word on the wind that lifts her perfume through the air. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. Close my eyes. She's somehow closer now. Softly smile, I know she must be kind. In her eyes, she goes with me to a blossom room. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me excitations. Good vibrations. Excitations. Good vibrations. I don't know where, but she sends me there. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations are happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations are happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations.
Does music get any better than that? Thank you, Brian. Beach Boys, Good Vibrations. Well, we got 4:32 coming up. Paul Simon after Bobby's done the traffic. You need a wristband, old friend. Here's Bobby Pryor.
Steve, thank you. A71 at Wilkeston still closed both ways east of Livingston. Beg pardon. Yeah, between Wilkeston and Dalmahoy. Thanks, Steve. M62 on the westbound side. Now the breakdown, 20 to 19 through to Haywood. All lanes are now open, but you've still got congestion from 21 at Milne Row. So in the roadworks, it's even slower. The M60 anti-clockwise is still shut at the Princess Parkway at junction 5. So you've got big queues back towards the Trafford Centre now, and that's building all the time. Surrounding routes are congested as well as people try and find other ways. The M6 northbound, the breakdown at 4A for the M42, that's gone. M5 northbound, all lanes are open now. They've recovered the 4 lorries between 5 and 4A. In the roadworks towards the M42, it's still slow though. The M1, slow from the M25. Now there was a vehicle fire between 7 and 8 earlier at Hemel Hempstead, so that hasn't helped the congestion, so that's slow going northbound. The M25 itself, clockwise, it's just started to build. If you're heading up between 13 Staines and 16 for the M40, across the top there was an accident between 24 and 25 at Enfield. Towards the A10 it looks like one lane is still shut. Anti-clockwise busy from 13 around to Chertsey, just that little bit from Staines around to junction 11. Central London, the Strand, the A4 route westbound was closed from Waterloo Bridge to Trafalgar Square because of a demonstration. Just to let you know, all lanes are open. The bridge is open now, Waterloo Bridge is open, but you've still got a lot of congestion around central London there. The M20 northbound, so London bound, 4 to 2 up towards the Ruton Brands Hatch circuit. There's an accident, at least one lane is shut there. And finally the A249 northbound. Now this is between Maidstone and the M2. There's an accident just before junction 5 of the M2. The queues are back to Chalky Road, so it's back to the South Street turn-off. I'll be back with more in 25 minutes.
Merci. Soon we're going to talk to Raymond Blanc. He's a Michelin star chef. He's got a new book out of seasonal recipes.
Frightened by the tone of the phone in the dead of night, then staring into darkness and praying to the morning light. The price already paid, a son gone to the grave. Now the sorrowful parade to the riverbed. Must be half the county come down to the riverbank. High school is closed, same for the local police. Shall we tearfully embrace? Shall we sing Amazing Grace? Will the shallow river waters bring us peace? Army dude, only a son, nowhere to run, no one to turn to. He turns to the gun. It's a cross, it's a stone, it's a fragment of bone, it's a long walk home. A long walk home, gonna be a long walk home from the riverbank. Is there any reason why the black pine should not weep? Is there a woman or a man who wouldn't understand why he could not sleep? And the nightmares when they came like
Excuse me? Word. Our digital radio service, BBC Music Jazz, is back from this Thursday, starting at 10 a.m. in the morning. It's going to be on 24 hours a day until Monday morning, and you'll be able to hear shows from Van Morrison, Gregory Porter, Jamie Cullum, Keris Matthews, Craig Charles, Laura Umvula, and me. There'll be a special evening dedicated to jazz icons Quincy Jones and Cleo Lane also. Oh, fantastic. BBC Music Jazz will be available on digital radio, online, and on the BBC Music app from Thursday morning at 10. To find out more, including the full schedule, just go to bbc.co.uk/music jazz. Steve, loving the little show in sunny Costa Teguise. Only 3 days to go till Serious Jockin', I know. Don't have to tell me. Raymond Blanc next, Michelin-starred chef. Now the Trogs.
I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. yours to me, and I give mine to you. I need someone beside me in everything I do.
Raymond Blanc is here, and as you join us...
Oh, that's very generous, guys.
Welcome back to our show, Raymond. How are you? You okay?
Yeah.
As you join us, we were talking about, well, I don't think we can...
Flatulent onions.
Yeah, we were talking about flatulent onions. Who expected to be talking to Raymond about onions?
We not even started with garlic, so you wait.
Oh, well,
you
my
wait.
goodness.
Garlic is coming.
Oh, there's bad breath as well.
But, for three of you, because I'm surrounded with three friends here today.
Yep.
So yes, onions are terribly flatulent because there's sulfur inside. It creates a gas which is very unpleasant. Okay, and you cook them actually to change carbohydrates into sweetness. That's why you cook it, to soften the texture, and this equally converts the starch into sugar, into flavor.
Interesting. Okay.
That's why you must always sweeten your vegetables. And sweeten the most delicious, delightful, not French, very English word that the French don't have. And you sweeten them with a little bit of butter or a little bit of olive oil, okay, for 2 or 3 minutes. And you can see it when your onions are ready, they're transparent.
Straight away, we haven't even said hello yet. And Raymond, with his passion for food, is already talking food.
That is a masterclass.
That is a masterclass already. Raymond Blanc, OBE, is a Michelin-starred chef and chef patron of one of the top 10 best hotels in the world, Le Manoir aux Quatre Saisons, which is the only country house hotel in Britain to have held 2 Michelin stars for more than 3 decades. He's written 11 books, made acclaimed TV series for the BBC, and has also mentored many of the country's most respected chefs, including Heston Blumenthal and Marco Pierre White. Raymond's now written a big book about his celebrated restaurant and hotel called Le Manoir aux Quatre Saisons, the story of a modern classic, where he takes readers on a personal tour of Le Manoir through the 4 seasons and reveals some of its most famous recipes and his own journey to making it a legendary restaurant. Now we're going to talk about this book, Le Manoir aux Quatre Saisons. What is that on the front of the book, and what does the title actually mean then, Raymond?
Well, Le Manoir aux Quatre Saisons means a manor house, which is Le Manoir.
Yeah.
And Le Quatre Saisons is a 4 seasons. Manor house with 4 seasons. And it means, as the book defines it, and modern classic is really the story of a modern classic. So, I mean, rooted in tradition, but its expression is modernity. It's a true story of a fairy tale brought to life into a collection of wonderful recipes, some of them extremely simple, many of them actually. Wonderful story on how Le Manoir was created, how was it done. Okay, so it's beautiful tales of me eating many humble pies. Okay, lots of lessons of humility. That's why I'm a better Frenchman. Okay, and we're telling us all stories. Okay, and writing some fabulous recipes. How the rooms were made, how the garden were created. There are 11 gardens. It's a very aspirational book. I wish a lot of young chefs as well read it, because that's a story of a young man who comes in England with a dream and he makes it happen with an amazing team around him, of course.
Okay,
Always.
let's then look at some of the seasons. For example, spring. What is your most recommended dish for spring that you must have in spring? And then we'll do summer, autumn and winter.
I don't know, maybe the first little radishes. Okay, so always everyone, they pop out of the ground. Okay, with this beautiful little red top.
Yeah.
Wonderful. A bit of salt and a tiny bit of butter. That's the way the French eat it. It's fabulous. Of course, the first peas or the first pea shoots, which are delicious in the salad, tender and green. I used to remember, I used to go and pick your own when I didn't have a garden. And I would go and pick your own at 5 o'clock in the morning. And my English friends, 20 years ago, were looking at my harvest, little baby carrots, no bigger than that, little peas, pea shoots, baby courgette. And they thought I was completely mad, because my British friends would pick them up that big.
Yeah.
Okay? So all the time, the first thing, which is asparagus, for example, we all love. When we see, or the first New Jersey potato.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. When you dig that first New Jersey, we've got about 12 different varieties of potatoes, okay, in our gardens at Le Manoir. Okay,
Yeah.
but when you dig, I still think the Jersey is top. That is really the first experience of the spring, and my God, how delicious it is.
All right, let's say we get to July and August. What are you looking at for July and August?
Well, July, August, the first funnels are there. Everything is on. July and August is a bounty of everything, because there is warmth, there's humidity, there's all the perfect ground and the love of a great gardener. And at Le Manoir, we have that wonderful Anne-Marie who has been with me for 32 years. And she's amazing. And she understands variety, she understands the soil, and she's growing some fabulous food. So you're talking about peas, beans, broad beans, the first French beans, I mean, there's so much to grow in the summer. Everything grows in the summer.
And all the berries,
And
of
the berries and the fruits. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Raymond. We're going to come back with Raymond Blanc in just a moment. Don't go away. Of seasonal recipes. Now, when we get to, let's say, late autumn, say like now, what are we looking at for? I mean, I'm presuming something hearty. Am I right or wrong?
Well, yes. Well, first we've got all the wild mushrooms. We have a valley of wild mushrooms at Le Manoir, okay, which is not easy because they are wild and you try to domesticate them. And we have a growing room and a propagation room. And it's beautiful. And now we have king oyster mushroom that big and shiitake mushroom. But besides the wild mushrooms, that of course is better maybe to gather them in the forest. When autumn now, look at this beautiful, big, fat beetroots, yellow, red, all the wonderful. Then the fantastic celeriacs, like big rows of thousands, hundreds of soldiers, this big, lovely white head with their very celery-like, foliage. Beautiful architecture and the smell, peppery. very proper heritage varieties. Okay, always. Heritage is as important as the vegetable itself because it defines its pedigree, where it's coming from. It's totally organic, of course. Our values are totally organic, so there's no chemicals being used. Okay, so this garden is very special.
Tim over there is just kind of looking at you, licking his lips as you're describing the food.
As Raymond knows, I live quite close to Le Manoir. I'm still saving up. I'll get there eventually.
£1 a day. You buy a big piggy, okay, and you put £1 a day, and when you feel rich, £2 a day. Come on, everyone comes at Le Manoir.
Okay, I'm going to save up. I'm going to come in winter. Now, what am I eating in winter then? The final season. What are we going to eat in winter?
Okay, first winter. Obviously, again, all the root vegetables, all the brassicas like the kale, all the different kales, the sea kale as well. You don't know the sea kale. It normally grows by, of course, as the name says, it by the sea. This one we grow it at Le Manoir, and it's beautiful. Tender shoots that you can serve either with a grating of fresh truffle, or just more simply, just blanch with a little bit of olive oil, a bit of salt, a little turn of black pepper, and it's perfect.
Very good food.
Okay.
Raymond Blanc's personal recipe guide, Le Manoir aux 4 saisons. The story of a modern classic is out right now. Yes, you heard Raymond Blanc. Thank you, Raymond. Good to see you again. We'll see you next time. Raymond Blanc.
Very generous. But I expected it at least.
Fabulous Average White Band, pick up the pieces. 8 minutes to 5. Janet Jackson, Luther Vandross, the best things in life are free.
Free, baby. Boy, when you look at me, do you just me about my server? I got to be convinced, believe that I'm not gonna server. I don't mean to disagree. Sorry, you're not my sincere. Only thing you doesn't see, true love comes for free.
I'm deep in my heart, man, hoping you won't stab me in it. 'Cause I've been in love before, and when I had to say I did it, I lost my sanity, trying to measure your intention. What do you want from me? How much will it be?
No more than you want to give. Should have been looking for this good love and it's
Ian Luther. The best things in life are free. Almost 5 to 5. etonline.com says Benedict Cumberbatch reads James Corden a scary election bedtime story. In their fairy tale version of the presidential battle, a woman looking to rule the magical land has to fight trolls and emails before coming up against a terrifying orange monster. Brilliant. HelloMagazine.com, Tom Daly and Claudia will host Team GB's ball. It'll celebrate their success at Rio 2016. There'll be a 3-course dinner, awards and an auction to raise money for the athletes. That's Tom Daly and Claudia Winkleman. 5 to 5, here's Bobby. What you got?
Steve, thank you. A15 between Selby and Bourne. Still closed with the accident at Northall. Closed both ways still. The M1 northbound at 27 for Hucknall. If you're going off onto the exit Slit Road to the A608, there's a broken down vehicle, so take care as you go off. It's causing slow traffic back onto the main carriageway. Greater Manchester, the M60 anti-clockwise is now reopened at 5 for Princess Parkway. Still big queues if you're heading around from Trafford though. M42 southbound, we've got another accident between 2 and 1. So down towards Bromsgrove, one lane is closed. The M25 clockwise busy between 13 and 16 anti-clockwise. First of all, you've got busy traffic from 14 in places from Heathrow around to 11. But now there's an accident anti-clockwise just at the Dartford Tunnel. The queue's about to 3, so it's queuing from the M20. We've got 2 lanes blocked towards the tunnel itself. M4 eastbound at junction 3 for Hayes. Going off onto the exit Slit Road to the A312. There's a broken down vehicle causing queues back onto the M4 heading east from Heathrow Spur. So if you're heading into London, it's queuing from there. And then finally to the A249 northbound accident. So between Maidstone and the M2, just before the M2 at junction 5, there's 1 lane closed and there's big queues on the approach. Back with more just after the news with Simon.
Thank you to Bobster.
I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand the rain against my window, 'cause he's not here with me. Hey, window pane, well, do you remember how sweet it used to be? When we were together, oh, everything was so grand. Now that we've parted, oh, there's one sound that I just can't stand. I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand the rain against my window, 'cause he's not here with me. Alone with my pillow, where his head used to lay. I know you got some sweet memories, but like a window, you ain't got nothing to say. I can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand the rain against my window, 'cause he's not here with me now. When we was together, Lord, everything was so grand. But now that we parted, there's one sound that I just can't stand. I can't stand the rain.
Beverly Knight, I can't stand the rain. Simon Mayo to follow the 5 o'clock news, of course, right here on Radio 2. Tomorrow with us, actor Jim Sturgis, artist Alison Lapper, and Trevor Nelson. Good evening.
News at 5 o'clock, this is Justine Green. A report has identified a catalogue of failings during a Scotland Yard investigation into historical sex abuse allegations. Prince Harry has accused the media of subjecting his new girlfriend to a wave of harassment and abuse. And with voting in full swing in the US presidential election, both candidates have cast their ballots. A retired High Court judge has found that Scotland Yard made numerous errors in its investigation into allegations of a paedophile ring at Westminster. A report by Sir Richard Enriquez identified 43 errors and criticised detectives from Operation Midland for saying the allegations made by the central witness known as Nick were credible and true. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent Danny Shaw.
Sir Richard Enriquez's report is devastating. He says grave mistakes were made by detectives investigating alleged abuse by Lord Bramall, the former MP Harvey Proctor and the late Lord Britton. Sir Richard says the principal cause of the errors was the decision to search their premises before checking that the complainant, known as Nick, had given a consistent account. He says a judge authorising the searches was misled. 5 officers involved in the case have been referred to the Independent Police Complaints Commission, and Nick, who made the allegations, is being investigated by an outside force, Northumbria.
The Metropolitan Police Commissioner, Sir Bernard Hogan-Howe, said he fully recognised that Lord Bramall, Harvey Proctor and Lord Britton were innocent of the offences of which they were accused. He apologised to those caught up in the investigation.
I'm dismayed at the fact, personally and professionally, about the outcomes for the 3 suspects in this case. I'm sorry, obviously, we've got to this stage where these investigations have ended up in such an awful outcome. We had at that stage, a credible complaint. We had to investigate this. But I agree with Sir Richard's conclusion. It could have been concluded far quicker, and therefore the damage to the suspects could either have been avoided or alternatively minimised.
Prince Harry has attacked press and social media coverage of his relationship with the American actress Meghan Markle, saying she's been subjected to a wave of abuse and harassment. A strongly worded statement issued by the Prince condemned what it called the racial undertones of comment pieces and accused journalists of trying to gain illegal access to Ms Markle's home. Ken Worf is a former Royal Protection Officer who worked for Princess Diana. He expressed sympathy for the Prince but questioned whether his intervention would work.
I can understand where Harry's coming from. I think, sadly, that isn't actually got to, in my opinion and my experience, have much effect, because all this is going to do is actually sort of excite those that knew nothing about it to sort of want to know more about it.
The Supreme Court has said it will begin hearing the government's case that the Prime Minister should have the power to trigger Brexit without Parliament's approval from the 5th of December. All 11 judges will sit for 4 days to hear the appeal. Scotland's most senior law officer will also apply to be heard in the case. The former head of the inquiry into child sexual abuse in England and Wales, Dame Lowell Goddard, has refused to appear before MPs to give evidence. The New Zealand High Court judge has written to the Home Affairs Select Committee saying she'd been advised by lawyers not to attend, a decision described by the committee as disgraceful. Hillary Clinton has cast her vote in the US presidential election, saying it was a humbling moment because so many people in the country were counting on the outcome. Her Republican rival for the White House, Donald Trump, said the election had been a beautiful process and it was looking very good. Long queues have formed at polling stations across the eastern United States. Support for the 2 main candidates was mixed at this polling station in Davie in the battleground state of Florida.
There's only one person qualified to be president. I've never gotten a job that I wasn't qualified for.
In my neighborhood, there's a lot of Trump supporters, so who knows? It's up in the air. It's very close.
I think we need change, but Trump is definitely not the answer.
I voted for the person that represented most of my values. I believe we need change, and right now we don't have it.
The makers of Toblerone bars are facing criticism for widening the spaces between the chocolate mountain peaks as a way of cutting costs. Some of the bars in the UK have lost 10% in weight, a change which the manufacturer said was prompted by the rising cost of ingredients and not the effects of the Brexit vote. One consumer complained the shape of the bars now look more like Holland and the Swiss Alps, but these chocolate lovers were unconcerned.
The Swiss Alps has turned into the Scottish Cairngorms.
To be honest, I wouldn't notice.
Looks the same to me. Looks similar, except it's easier to break by the looks of it.
Well, the triangles are different sizes, and there's a bit more space in between them now. I don't think it matters, though. I don't think it affects the candy at all.
In the city, the 100 share index closed up 37 points at 68.43. And the weather, rain will spread eastwards overnight. It will become heavy in many areas with snow on northern hills and windy in the southwest of the UK. Temperatures overnight, 9 Celsius in Cardiff, 7 in Belfast, 5 in London and 3 in Edinburgh. BBC News, 5 minutes past 5.
All right, thank you, Justine. They're low. It's way too low.
Mail, Simon Mail.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
Drive time's on and we're on our way home.
Right, Tuesday in the dark, here we go with some drive time till 7 o'clock. Let's wrab it up in 3 words. Toblerone trauma today, Victoria. Toblerone Trump's election. Thank you, Rob. That was on the BBC website as well. More people watching that than anything else.
Enjoy yourself. It's late.
Elsewhere, all in onesies. Thank you, Karen. Dog walk freezing. Adam. American election anxiety. Thank you, Dinica. Right. Quite a few of those. Where's the snow? That's great. Right then, drive time here at BBC Radio 2. Huey Lewis after the news.
I used to fool around, but I couldn't tell.